Hey, Milan Jokic here with MMD Construction to talk to you about a project that we're doing here in Carlsbad, California. It's a design build that we got brought into, so we designed it and we're going to be building it. So as you can see, this house is older. It was built from 1950. So the challenges that we've been having from the beginning of the job, getting the permitting process going, is when you're here in old Carlsbad, the houses when they're built in 1950 are usually set inside the setbacks. So since 1950 till today, someone in the city wound up changing the setbacks of the house. So now what we had to do is we had to go through and create something that's called a non-conforming lot. So since the house is setting inside the setbacks, we're going to be getting that all approved through the city so we can leave the existing house and be able to build the new part that we're building onto it within the conforming of the setbacks. So we're going to go through and we're going to take a look at the property and some of the areas and the issues that we have on it and why we're going to do the things that we do. All right, so over the years, this house has been remodeled a few times here and there. So as you can see, there's areas that aren't good. And what I mean by not good is down here, you can see this piece of metal flashing right here. And what that's telling me right now is that this concrete on the floor here is higher than the actual framing inside the house. And what that's going to cause later on, if it hasn't caused it already, since I have not opened up the walls, is that's going to cause dry rot inside the framing. So one of the things that we're going to be doing in this whole house is we're going to be stripping down all the stucco off of the entire project so that we can go through and fix all the waterproof issues and problems that we have on this house and make it watertight by the end. Here in the front of the house, we're having an issue with the grade as well. As you can see, the dirt comes pretty high up close to the weepscreed here. And all the way down over there, it's up above the weepscreed. So what that means is that when water flows down, it's going to be going inside the house. Over there on the front of the house, when they wound up doing the concrete there, you can see that it's a lot lower than what is over here on this section. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be pulling out the concrete and we're going to be taking all the dirt level all the way back out to this white line that we have right here drawn out. And what we're going to do once we take the dirt out is we're going to be building a block wall where these white lines are. And so that creates a planter back there with all these plants. Also on these exterior block walls that are existing here, we're going to be building columns on them so we can get a nice privacy look and put gates in between it. Here in the front, we're going to put a gate to come in, so you basically have like two front entrances of the house. All right, so here we are in front of the garage as well, and we have that same issue with the metal coming up. So what we did in the back, you're going to see, we're going to go back there right now, is take a look and see if my suspicions are right and that the concrete does come up past the framing. So let's take a look. Okay, so right here, just as I thought, my suspicions are right. You can see the concrete here and it comes right up into the framing. The framing sits a lot lower down inside here. So what that's gonna cause is a bunch of dry rot issues and a bunch of problems later on in the project or in the house. If you wind up drywall on the inside, you can cause mold and a ton of other things, and also structural damage to the house. Another reason why we wound up cutting up the stucco here too is because we're going to be adding on some new foundation right here to the house. So what we can do now is, now that we've seen this, the concrete comes lower than the actual foundation right here, but now we're able to get the height of the new foundation that we're going to be putting in. So it gives us a line that we can work off of to connect into the existing house. Okay, so here we are in the first part of the structure where we started the first phase of demo. Inside here you can see where I spray painted out these orange lines. And what this does is that this is where the new underground plumbing is going to be running. Since this is such an old house, we have old cast iron pipes under there. So we're going to be ripping out all the old plumbing and putting in new, because otherwise they're going to have a problem with their underground and some type of issue later on down the road, which pretty much always happens. So whenever you have a remodel, you always want to cut open your concrete, dig it out, trench it out, and put new plumbing inside of there. New sewage, basically. So right here, I wound up marking out all our areas where we're gonna have a sink right here, another sink right here so we can cut into the footings, and then we have a bathtub going right over there. So stay tuned for the rest of this, and as we go through it, we'll be showing you how we get all this stuff done. Thank you.